Space War Chaos. The Big Space War was very bad. It started when the mean Zorgans came from far away. They were big aliens with 4 arms and scary red eyes. Zorgans wanted to rule everything. At first, no one knew the Zorgans were coming. Life was normal on many planets. Alien kids played. Alien adults worked. Everyone was happy. Then one day, the sky turned red on a small planet called Blurp. The Blurpians looked up. They saw huge ships. These ships were bigger than mountains. The Blurpians were scared. Suddenly, boom! The Zorgan ships fired big lasers. The lasers were green and hot. They burned whole cities in seconds. Blurpians ran, but many couldn't escape. In just one day, the Zorgans took over Blurp. News spread fast. Other planets got scared. They tried to get ready, but the Zorgans were too fast and too strong. They attacked planet after planet. Some planets fought back. They had their own ships and weapons, but the Zorgans always won. Their ships were stronger. Their weapons were better. It seemed like no one could stop them. The Zorgans were mean rulers. They made everyone work hard. They took all the food. Aliens on captured planets were sad and hungry. But not everyone gave up hope. A small team formed to fight the Zorgans. They called themselves the Allied Forces. This team had aliens from many planets. They were all different shapes and sizes. Some were big and strong. Others were small and fast. They all wanted to stop the Zorgans. The Allied Forces had a tough job. They were much smaller than the Zorgan army. They didn't have as many ships or guns, but they were brave and clever. They made a base on a secret planet. This planet was hard to find. It was hidden behind a big purple gas cloud. The Zorgans didn't know about it. From this secret base, the Allied Forces made plans. They sent spies to Zorgan planets. These spies learned Zorgan secrets. They found out where Zorgan ships would attack next. Sometimes the Allied Forces won small fights. They would save a planet before the Zorgans could take it. When this happened, everyone cheered. It gave people hope. But the war was still very hard. The Allied Forces lost many friends. They saw many planets burn. Some wanted to give up, but their leaders said, "We must keep fighting." One day, the Allied Forces got lucky. They caught a Zorgan commander. It was in a big space battle. Allied ships surrounded a Zorgan ship. The ships fired at each other. Lasers flashed. Explosions boomed. The Zorgan ship started to break. The Allied Forces used a special beam. This beam pulled the Zorgan commander onto their ship. Now they had a prisoner. This was big news. The Allied Forces thought the Zorgan commander could tell them secrets. Maybe they could learn how to beat the Zorgans. But the Zorgan commander was tough. He wouldn't talk. He just sat in his cell and laughed at the Allied Forces. He said, "You weak aliens can't stop us. Zorgans will rule everything." The Allied Forces didn't know what to do. They needed help. They needed new ideas. They needed a miracle. That's when they decided to look for help from far away. They sent messages to the edges of the galaxy. These messages said, "If you're brave and want to fight for freedom, join us." They didn't know it yet, but one of these messages would reach a strange, faraway planet. A planet with beings no one expected. Beings that would change everything. The war kept going. Every day, there were more fights. More lasers. More explosions. The Allied Forces did their best. They saved some planets. They lost others. The space between stars became a big battlefield. And somewhere out there, heading towards the war, was a small ship. Inside this ship was a new hero. Someone who would surprise everyone. The first human was coming to join the fight. Mystery new guy. The Allied Forces base was busy. Aliens from many planets worked there. They all looked different. Some had big eyes. Others had long arms. Some were tall. Others were short. But they all worked together to fight the Zorgans. One day, A small ship came to the base. It was not like other ships. It was old and scratched. The guards were worried. They thought it might be a Zorgon trick. The ship's door opened slowly. Everyone watched. They were ready to fight if needed. But no one came out. The guards waited. Still nothing. Finally, a voice came from inside the ship. It said, "Hello. Can someone help me? I'm stuck." The voice sounded weak. The guards looked at each other. They didn't know what to do. Then their boss said, "Go check, but be careful." 2 guards went to the ship. They looked inside. They saw something strange. It was a small creature in a big, clunky suit. The suit looked too big. The creature was tangled in wires. "I'm here to join the Allied forces," the creature said. "But this suit is tricky." The guards helped the creature out. Everyone watched as it walked. The suit made funny noises. Clank, clank, clank. Some aliens laughed. Others looked worried. The creature was short, much shorter than most aliens there. Its suit covered everything. No one could see what it really looked like. This made everyone curious. The base leader came to meet the new guy. He was a big blue alien named Zorban. Zorban looked down at the small creature. "Who are you? Where are you from?" he asked. The creature's voice came out muffled through the suit. "I'm from far away. I got your message asking for help. I came to fight the Zorgons." Zorban frowned. "You? Fight? You're so small. And that suit, can you even walk in it?" Just then, the creature tripped. It fell with a loud crash. Everyone laughed. The creature stood up slowly. "I'm still learning," it said. "Please give me a chance." Zorban sighed. "Fine. We need all the help we can get, but you'll have to train hard." The new guy nodded. "I will. I promise." Zorban showed the new guy around the base. Other aliens stared. They whispered to each other. "What is it? Why won't it take off the suit? How can something so small help us?" The new guy tried to be friendly. It waved at others. But the suit made it hard to move. It kept bumping into things, knocking things over, making a mess. Some aliens were nice. They helped the new guy. Others were mean. They laughed and made jokes. One alien, a tall green one, was very mean. His name was Blarg. He said, "Hey, little suit guy, are you a real alien or just a bunch of space junk glued together?" The new guy didn't answer. It just kept walking. Blarg didn't stop. He followed the new guy. "I bet you're running from something. What are you hiding under that suit? Are you ugly or scared?" Still, the new guy said nothing. This made Blarg angry. He stood in front of the new guy. "Talk to me, weirdo, or are you too stupid to speak?" Suddenly, the new guy spoke. Its voice was calm but strong. "I'm not stupid. I'm not scared. I'm here to help. If you don't like it, that's your problem." Everyone was quiet. They were surprised. The new guy sounded brave. Blarg didn't know what to say. He walked away, angry. The new guy went to its new room. The room was small. There was a bed, a desk, and a window showing the stars. The new guy looked out the window for a long time. That night, many aliens talked about the new guy. They had many questions. Why was it here? What was under the suit? Could it really help fight the Zorgons? No one knew the answers, but they all felt something was different now. Something had changed when the new guy arrived. The next day, training would start. The new guy would have to prove itself. It would be hard. The tasks were made for big, strong aliens, not for small creatures in clunky suits. As the base got quiet for the night, one light stayed on. It came from the new guy's room. Inside, the mysterious creature was preparing. It was ready to show everyone what it could do. The war with the Zorgons was big and scary. But now, a small mystery had everyone's attention. Who was this new guy? Only time would tell. and time was something the Allied forces didn't have much of. Rigorous training and mockery. The sun rose on the Allied forces base. It was time for training. All the aliens gathered in the big training area. The new guy in the clunky suit came too. It walked slowly, making funny noises. Zorban, the blue alien leader, stood in front. He looked serious. "Today, we test our new recruit," he said. Everyone looked at the new guy. Some laughed quietly. The first test was running. All aliens had to run around a big track. The new guy tried hard, but the suit was heavy. It ran slowly, falling behind others. Blarg, the mean green alien, laughed loudly. "Look, it's slower than a sick slug." Next was jumping. Aliens had to jump over tall barriers. The new guy's suit made it hard. It tried to jump but fell. Crash! It lay on the ground, legs kicking in the air like a turtle. More aliens laughed. Then came lifting weights. The new guy couldn't even pick up the smallest weight. Its suit arms waved around, trying to grab the weight. It looked silly. Blarg yelled, "Hey, weakling. My baby sister is stronger than you." The new guy said nothing. It just kept trying. Shooting practice was next. Aliens had to hit targets with laser guns. The new guy's suit fingers were too big for the trigger. It kept missing. Laser beams went everywhere. One almost hit Zorban. The leader jumped away, looking angry. "Sorry," said the new guy. Its voice sounded sad. Lunch break came. All aliens sat to eat. The new guy sat alone. It couldn't eat with its suit on. It just watched others. Some aliens felt bad for it, but no one sat with it. After lunch, there was a swimming test. The new guy looked at the water. It didn't move. Zorban said, "What's wrong?" "Can't swim." The new guy's voice was quiet. "My suit, it's not good in water." Blarg laughed again. "What kind of useless alien are you? Can't run, can't jump, can't swim." Zorban sighed. "Skip the swim test, but you're far behind others." The day went on. More tests, more failures. The new guy kept trying. It never got angry. It never yelled back at those who laughed. It just kept going. By the end of the day, everyone was tired. But the new guy looked the worst. Its suit was dirty and dented. It walked even slower now. Zorban called the new guy to his office. "I'm sorry," he said, "but you failed every test. I don't think you can help us fight the Zorgans." The new guy's voice was soft but steady. "Please, give me one more chance. I can do better." Zorban thought for a long time. Then he nodded. "One more chance, tomorrow. But if you fail again, you must leave." That night, the base was quiet, but not everyone was asleep. In a dark corner, Blarg was talking to someone. It was the captured Zorgan commander. Blarg had let him out of his cell. "These Allied fools are weak," Blarg said. "Especially that new guy. Join me, and we can take over this base." The Zorgan commander grinned. His sharp teeth gleamed. "Yes. Tomorrow, we strike. And that pathetic new recruit will be our first target." They didn't know, but someone heard them. A small figure in a suit was hiding nearby. The new guy had seen everything. In its room, the new guy thought hard. Should it tell Zorban? But Zorban might not believe it. The new guy decided to wait and watch. Morning came. The new guy went to training again. But something was different. It walked a little straighter. Its suit didn't make as much noise. Zorban announced a new test. "Today, we do battle practice. You must fight each other." Aliens paired up. The new guy was alone. Then Blarg stepped up. "I'll fight the little weirdo," he said, grinning. The new guy nodded. It stood ready. Blarg charged. He was big and fast. Everyone thought the new guy would fall easily. But then, something amazing happened. The new guy moved. It was quick. It dodged Blarg's attack. Blarg fell, surprised. He got up, angry. He charged again. This time, The new guy didn't just dodge. It grabbed Blarg's arm. With a quick move, it flipped Blarg over. The big alien crashed down hard. Everyone was quiet. They couldn't believe what they saw. The new guy had won. Blarg got up, furious. You cheated," he yelled. He ran at the new guy again. Suddenly, alarms rang out. Loud and scary. Zorban's voice came over speakers. "Alert! The Zorgan prisoner has escaped." In the confusion, Blarg disappeared. The new guy knew where he was going. It had to stop Blarg and the Zorgan. But how? No one would believe it. It was alone. The new guy looked around. Other aliens were panicking. It had to make a choice: run and hide, or be brave and fight. Inside its suit, the mysterious creature made its decision. It was time to show everyone what it could really do. Surprise attack. Alarms screamed through the Allied forces base. Red lights flashed everywhere. Aliens ran in all directions. It was chaos. The new guy in the clunky suit stood still. It watched everything. Its mind was racing. It knew what was happening. Blarg and the Zorgan commander were attacking. Suddenly, a loud boom shook the base. The walls cracked. Dust fell from the ceiling. Someone yelled, "We're under attack." Zorban's voice came over the speakers. "All fighters to your stations. This is not a drill." The new guy looked around. Other aliens were grabbing weapons. Some were scared. Others looked angry. But they all knew what to do. Another explosion rocked the base. This time, a wall broke open. Through the hole came Blarg. He was holding a big gun. Behind him was the Zorgan commander. The commander looked mean and scary. "Surprise!" Blarg yelled. He started shooting. Lasers flew everywhere. Aliens ducked for cover. The Zorgan commander laughed. It was an ugly sound. "You fools," he said. "Your base is ours now." Zorban appeared. He had a weapon too. "Traitor," he shouted at Blarg. "Why are you doing this?" Blarg grinned. "The Zorgans are strong. You are weak. I choose the winning side." More explosions happened. More Zorgans came through the holes in the walls. They started fighting the Allied aliens. It was a big battle. Lasers flew back and forth. Things were breaking. Aliens were yelling. Some got hurt. In all this mess, the new guy was moving. It was quiet. It was sneaky. No one saw it in all the confusion. The new guy went to a computer. Its suit fingers moved fast. It started typing. On the screen, words appeared. "Emergency Lo-Si-Ki-Deun." Suddenly, big metal doors slammed shut. They closed off parts of the base. Some Zorgans were trapped. They couldn't get to their friends. Blarg saw this. He got angry. "Who did that?" he yelled. Then he saw the new guy near the computer. "You," Blarg shouted. "I'll crush you." Blarg ran at the new guy. He was fast and strong. The new guy didn't move. Everyone thought Blarg would smash the little alien in the suit. But at the last second, the new guy moved. It was so fast. Blarg missed. He crashed into the wall. Bam! The new guy's voice came out clear and strong. "I'm not afraid of you, Blarg. Or you, Zorgan commander. This ends now." The Zorgan commander looked surprised. Then he got mad. "Puny creature," he roared. "I'll show you real power." The commander pulled out a weird gun. It was bigger than normal guns. It glowed with strange energy. "This weapon can destroy this whole base," he said. "Surrender or die." Everyone froze. They were scared. This gun looked really dangerous. But the new guy didn't stop. It started walking towards the Zorgan commander. Step by step, the commander's eyes got big. "Stay back," he yelled. "I'll shoot." The new guy kept coming. The commander pointed the gun. His finger was on the trigger. Everyone held their breath. Then something amazing happened. The new guy's suit started to change. It made weird noises. Parts of it moved. It was getting smaller. The commander was confused. He didn't know what was happening. He hesitated. That was all the new guy needed. Quick as lightning, it jumped. It flew through the air. Its hand reached out and grabbed the big gun. The Zorgan commander was shocked. He tried to hold on to the gun, but the new guy was stronger than it looked. It pulled the gun away. Now the new guy had the powerful weapon. It pointed it at the commander and Blarg. "It's over," it said. "Surrender." Blarg looked scared. The commander was angry, but they knew they were beaten. They put up their hands. Other allied aliens quickly tied up Blarg and the commander. They caught the other Zorgans too. The attack was over. The base was safe. Everyone looked at the new guy. They were amazed. This small alien they had laughed at had just saved them all. Zorban came over. He looked sorry. "We were wrong about you," he said. "You are a true hero." The new guy nodded. Then it did something surprising. It reached up to its helmet. Everyone watched, excited. They would finally see who was inside the suit. Slowly, the helmet came off. As it did, gasps filled the room. No one could believe their eyes. Inside the suit was a creature no one had ever seen before. What are you?" Zorban asked, his voice full of wonder. The creature smiled. "I'm a human," it said, "and I'm here to help you win this war." Shocking secret. The room was quiet. Everyone stared at the human. No one had ever seen anything like it before. The human looked different from all the aliens. It had no tentacles, no extra eyes, no weird colors. It looked simple, but it had just done amazing things. Zorban stepped closer. He looked curious and confused. "A human? What is a human? Where do you come from?" The human smiled. "I come from a planet called Earth. It's very far from here." Blarg, still tied up, laughed. "Earth? Never heard of it. Must be some weak, useless place." The human looked at Blarg. Its eyes were calm but strong. "Earth isn't weak. We've faced many challenges. We've learned to adapt, to survive." The Zorgan commander spoke up. "Impossible. No species can match the Zorgans. We are the strongest in the galaxy." "Strength isn't just about muscles or weapons," the human said. "It's about brains, teamwork, and never giving up." Zorban nodded slowly. "You proved that today. But why hide in that suit? Why not tell us you were a human?" The human sighed. "I wasn't sure how you'd react. Some aliens fear what they don't understand. I wanted you to see what I could do, not what I look like." An alien scientist came forward. She looked excited. "Fascinating. Can you tell us more about humans? What can you do?" The human thought for a moment. "Well, we're not the strongest or the fastest, but we're good at learning, at making tools, at working together. And we're really, really stubborn." "Stubborn?" asked an alien child. "It means we don't give up," the human explained. "If something doesn't work, we try again, and again, and again, until we figure it out." The aliens looked impressed. Even Blarg seemed interested now. "But how did you beat Blarg in the fight?" someone asked. "He's much bigger than you." The human grinned. "On Earth, we have many fighting styles. They teach us to use an enemy's strength against them. Size isn't everything." The Zorgan commander growled. "Tricks and luck. In a real war, you humans would be crushed." The human's face got serious. "Maybe. But maybe not. Humans have fought many wars on Earth. We've learned a lot. And now we want to use what we've learned to help you." Zorban looked thoughtful. "Help us? How many of you are there?" "Billions," said the human. "And many would be willing to join your fight against the Zorgans." This caused a lot of excited talk among the aliens. Billions of new allies. It seemed too good to be true. But the Zorgan commander laughed. "Lies. If there were billions of you, we would know. The Zorgans know everything." The human shook its head. Not everything. Earth is hidden, protected by dense star clusters and cosmic dust. Your ships can't find it easily. Now the alien scientist got very excited. Of course, that's why we never detected them before. Amazing. Zorban raised his hand for quiet. Everyone stopped talking. He looked at the human carefully. This is big news, he said. If what you say is true, it could change everything. But we need proof. The human nodded. I understand. I can show you more. Teach you about Earth. Maybe even help you contact my planet. Blarg, who had been quiet, suddenly spoke up. Wait, you can't trust it. This could be a trick. Maybe it's working for the Zorgans. The room got noisy again. Some aliens agreed with Blarg. Others defended the human. It was chaos. Quiet. Zorban's voice boomed. Everyone stopped. He turned to the human. You saved us today. You've earned a chance to prove yourself. But know this. If you're lying, if this is a trick, you'll regret it. The human stood tall. I understand. I'm ready to prove that humans can be trusted, that we can help win this war. Zorban nodded. Very well. Starting tomorrow, you'll train our forces, show us what humans can do, and we'll decide if Earth will be our new ally. The human smiled. Thank you. You won't regret this. As the aliens left to prepare for the next day, the human stood alone. It looked out a window at the stars. Somewhere out there was Earth. The human thought about home, about the big decision it had made to come here. I hope I'm doing the right thing, the human whispered. The fate of 2 worlds now depends on me. The human didn't know it, but a small alien child had heard this. The child watched the human with big, curious eyes. It wondered what amazing things this strange creature would show them next. The base settled down for the night, but nobody could sleep. They were all thinking about humans, about Earth, about the war. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new lessons, and maybe, just maybe, a new hope for winning against the Zorgans. The human took a deep breath. Get ready, Zorgans, it said quietly. You're about to meet humanity, and nothing will ever be the same. Human power. The next day came fast. All the aliens were excited. They wanted to see what the human could do. The human stood in the middle of the training area. Aliens of all shapes and sizes watched. Even Blarg and the Zorgan commander were there, still tied up but curious. Zorban spoke first. Human, show us what you can do. Prove that humans can help us beat the Zorgans. The human nodded. I'll do my best. But first, I need a volunteer. No one moved. They were all scared. Finally, a big, strong alien stepped forward. He had 4 arms and looked tough. I'll do it, he said. I'm not afraid of a little human. The human smiled. Great. What's your name? Gronk, the alien said. Okay, Gronk. Try to catch me. Gronk laughed. That's easy. He reached out with all 4 arms. But the human was fast. It ducked and rolled. Gronk missed. He tried again and again. But he couldn't catch the human. The aliens watched, amazed. The human was so quick. How are you doing that? Gronk asked, out of breath. Humans are good at moving, the human said. We can run, jump, climb, and swim. We're not the fastest, but we're very flexible. Next, the human showed them human strength. It wasn't as strong as some aliens, but it could lift heavy things. It showed how humans use smart ways to move big objects. We use levers and pulleys, the human explained. We make the work easier by being clever. The aliens were impressed. They had never thought about moving things that way. Then the human talked about human brains. We're always thinking, always inventing, it said. When we have a problem, we don't give up. We keep trying new ideas. To show this, the human built a small machine from scraps. It could shoot water far across the room. The aliens clapped and cheered. Imagine what we could do with your technology, the human said. We could make new weapons, new defenses. Even Blarg looked interested now. The Zorgon commander tried not to show it, but he was worried. The human wasn't done. It showed how humans work together. It organized the aliens into teams. They played a game where they had to work together to solve puzzles. At first, the aliens were confused, but soon they got it. They started helping each other, sharing ideas. They solved the puzzles faster than ever. This is how humans win, the human said. We're stronger together. We share our strengths. We help each other with our weaknesses. Zorban nodded. He was starting to understand. But the Zorgon commander wasn't happy. Bah, he shouted. Teamwork is for the weak. True power comes from strength and fear. The human looked at him calmly. Is that why your people are always fighting? Always trying to take over others? Doesn't that get tiring? The commander didn't answer. He just looked angry. The human turned back to the aliens. Humans have fought many wars. We know how bad they are. That's why we also know the value of peace, of working together. It was time for the final test. The human asked to fight the best warrior. A tall blue alien stepped up. She looked very strong and fast. Everyone thought she would beat the human easily. The fight began. The blue alien was amazing. She moved like lightning. But the human was smart. It watched, it waited. It used the alien's strength against her. Suddenly, the blue alien was on the ground. The human had won. Everyone was quiet. They couldn't believe it. How? The blue alien asked. How did you beat me? The human helped her up. I studied your moves. I found a pattern. Humans are good at seeing patterns, at adapting. Zorban came forward. He looked at the human with new respect. I've seen enough, he said. You've shown us that humans have much to offer. We would be honored to have you as allies. The aliens cheered. Even Blarg looked impressed. But the human raised a hand. Thank you, it said. But there's one more thing you should know about humans. Everyone got quiet. What else could there be? The human's face got serious. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. We have our own wars, our own problems. But we learn from them. We try to be better. Zorban nodded. That is wise. No species is perfect, but together we can be strong. The human smiled. Together, that's the key word. Humans, aliens, all of us. If we work together, the Zorgons won't stand a chance. As the day ended, the aliens talked excitedly. They had seen amazing things. They had new hope. The human looked out at the stars again. Earth, it whispered. I hope you're ready. The galaxy needs us, and we need the galaxy. A new chapter was starting. Humans and aliens working together. The Zorgons wouldn't know what hit them. The war was about to change. And it all started with one brave human in a clunky suit on a faraway alien base. New galaxy hope. The news spread fast. Humans were joining the war against the Zorgons. Aliens everywhere were talking about it. On the Allied Forces base, things were busy. The human was helping make new plans. Zorban called a big meeting. All the important aliens came. Friends, Zordan said, today is a new day. We have new allies, the humans. The room was full of excited whispers. The human stood up. It looked around at all the alien faces. Thank you for trusting us, the human said. Now let's talk about how we can win this war. The human showed them a big map of the galaxy. It pointed to different places. The Zorgons are strong here, here, and here. But look at these spots. They're weak here. Aliens leaned in close. They had never seen the war like this before. Humans are good at finding patterns, the human explained. We see things others miss, like how the Zorgons always attack the same way. An alien general spoke up. But they're so strong. How can we beat them? The human smiled. By being smarter, by working together, and by using surprise. It told them about Earth wars, how small armies beat big ones, how new ideas changed everything. The aliens listened carefully. Even Blarg, who was now free but watched closely, looked impressed. Maybe these humans aren't so bad, he mumbled. The Zorgan commander, still a prisoner, tried not to listen, but he couldn't help it. He was worried. These humans seemed dangerous. The human then said something surprising. We should talk to the Zorgans. Everyone was shocked. Talk? To them? Someone shouted. They only want to fight. The human nodded. Yes, but that's because they don't know anything else. What if we show them a better way? Zorban looked doubtful. You think we can make peace with Zorgans? Maybe not all of them, the human said, but some might listen. On Earth, we've turned enemies into friends before. This was a new idea for the aliens. They had never thought about making peace with Zorgans. The human continued. While we try talking, we'll also get ready to fight. We'll make new weapons, train harder, and work together better. It showed them designs for new ships. Faster, stronger ships that used human and alien ideas together. The aliens were amazed. With these, the human said, we can defend our planets better. We can even take back the worlds the Zorgans stole. Hope filled the room. For the first time in years, the aliens felt they could win. Zorban stood up. This is wonderful, but how long until more humans come to help? The human looked serious. I sent a message to Earth. They're excited to help, but it will take time. Space is big. We need to hold on until they arrive. Aliens nodded. They knew it wouldn't be easy, but now they had a real chance. The meeting ended. Everyone had jobs to do. Some went to build new ships. Others started training in new ways. A few even began learning about humans and Earth. The human watched them all. It felt proud, but also worried. It went to talk to the Zorgan commander. Why do you hate everyone? The human asked. The commander growled. Zorgans are the best. We deserve to rule. You'll see. We'll crush you all. The human shook its head. There's so much more to life than crushing others. Don't you get tired of always fighting? For a second, the commander looked unsure. But then he turned away. The human sighed. This would be hard. But humans were good at doing hard things. Days passed. The base was changing. New ships filled the hangars. Aliens moved differently, fought smarter, and they smiled more. One day, a small alien child came to the human. Is it true? She asked. Are we really going to win? The human knelt down. We have a chance now. A good chance. But wars are never easy. We'll have to work hard. The child nodded. I want to help. Can you teach me to be strong like you? The human smiled. Being strong isn't just about muscles. It's about being brave, being kind, and never giving up. And you know what? You're already strong. The child's eyes got big. She ran off, excited to tell her friends. Zorban watched this. He came to the human. You've given us all hope, he said. Thank you. The human nodded. Hope is powerful. It can change everything. Just then, alarms went off. A guard ran in. Zorgan ships, he yelled. A whole fleet. They're coming this way. Everyone jumped into action. This was it. The first big test. The human looked at Zorban. Are we ready? Zorban stood tall. Thanks to you, yes. Let's show the Zorgans what humans and aliens can do together. As they ran to their ships, the human thought about Earth, about all the humans who would soon join this fight. It felt the weight of two worlds on its shoulders, but it also felt something else. Pride, hope, and the strength of new friends. The human smiled. The Zorgans were in for a big surprise. The galaxy was changing, and it was changing for the better. A new age was beginning. An age of humans and aliens working together. An age of hope. The battle was about to start. But in many ways, they had already won.